They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, gave in the chokehold. I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a break light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your hitting them. They hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Portland Lumberjacks and the Detroit Lions. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Thomas. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch you now, Barney.
On second down, here's Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Watch you now, Barney. Over. Set.
Throwing is Jackson. He finds Beckham complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Thomas. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
you now, Barney! Barney!
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. This is Thomas. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Gun! 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 Over!
From the gun, it's Jackson. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball. But you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on
Watching
second
now,
and goal.
Barney. Watching now, Barney.
They get it to him running left. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And now it's blocked. And all the defense has it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, there's a blocked extra point. I remember playing, and we had one of those go against us. I remember our kicker and our holder told the head coach, just relax, coach. Why are you yelling? Don't worry about it. It's just 1 point. Oh, my. Those coaches see a point is gold to them because you never know how it's going to turn out later.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say. First quarter, we'll see if this has any implications as the game goes on.
I still can't believe they told the head coach to relax. Whoa.
Bad move. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Flex round.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. So out now come the Lions.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watching now, Barney.
They run with Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this is incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there, able to get it done and get upfield for big yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions add on to their lead. Zerline now for the PAT. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Kaiser. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Jackson on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. On third down, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play on third down for the Lions. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they'll go on the ground. And he lost the football. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now a handoff working right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
The Lions on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Zerline's kick is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. fake. Kaiser. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Second down, Kaiser. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Kaiser steps away to his left. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They go play action here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Dean. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Detroit! Gun!
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney!
Jackson on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. There he goes inside the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now Jackson on first down, rolling to his right. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Following the interception, Kaiser. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up. Give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, Kaiser. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He got 29 yards that time. Now Jones. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes him from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
They get it to him running left. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Ronald Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he coughed it up. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Kaiser now after the fumble recovery. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown! A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Dancing to his left. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give to Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun, Kaiser Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Ohio!
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And incomplete here on third down.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. To throw is Kaiser. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on fourth. Well, we looked at each other in surprise going for it on fourth down in the fourth quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
The give is to Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Kaiser now. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter nowhere to go here, he lost the football. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Watch him now, Barney!
Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in his zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Schwartz. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. On second down, it's Jones. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Again, it's Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 2nd down, Jackson. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun!
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And what is going on here? I've got third down. Screen shows third down, but they've got the punt team out there. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe.